Don't start, please. Do not start like
What
that.
do I
Do not start
What
like
do I
that.
do?
Look, like as if you're rocking in your chair, like as if there's
Don't
something else.
mess with me. Otherwise, I'm going to call my mummy on you. Yeah, I'm going to call my mummy on you, and you don't want that, Mister.
Oh
You don't want that.
shit! Listen, folks. Thank
Mm.
you for downloading another episode of the Flixters. We are bringing you episode 381.
381. We just want to have some fun. 381. We just
We
want to
just
have
want to
some
have some
fun.
fun.
Mhm.
So so we've got a great episode for you on this week's show. Two main movies that we're going to be speaking about. So we've got horror movie Lee Cronin's The Mummy, and also we've got an action, an action movie called Fuze. So stick around for that. For the next 45-50 minutes, we're going to kind of get through those. But before we do that, Duvaldo, let's do the shout outs.
Yes, we've got a handful of shout outs today. First shout out goes to Ciel Noir 3. She's got some big stuff coming, we need to get her on the show real soon.
Oh, man.
We need to get her on the show. I'm seeing her on
Definitely.
YouTube. Go to YouTube, Ciel Noir 3. She's got movies coming out. She's directed, she's acted, she's done all sorts. So can't wait to get her to come on the show, talk about the movies that are out, but also what she's got coming out as well. So big shout out to her. Next shout out goes to Zakharov, our very own. Do you know what? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Zakharov, he's still feeding us hidden gems. He's excited for a few movies coming out, including Obsession, which he's going to come on the show for.
Yep.
It's coming out real soon. And also big shout out to Emmanuel _LDN, otherwise known as our very own Emmanuel. Again, not been on the show for a little while. We'll get him on the show soon as well.
Exactly.
And big shout out goes to Jacob Martinez.
Yes.
Jacob Martinez, who a couple of days ago was giving us some shout outs, shout outs. I think Jacob watched Undertone and was talking about how, oh my gosh, you know what? It wasn't even Undertone. It was to do with Lost. No, it was to do with the end of that film that's got Ewan McGregor. The end of something street, the end of Oak Street. That's the one.
Oh, yes.
He's talking about how that film reminds him of Lost, and basically he's looking forward to it. So I think he likes that kind of thing. So Cloverfield, Lost, all that kind of thing. So Jacob Martinez, we're with you on that one. Last shout out goes to Mercy on TikTok in response to our post about the Punisher. We were talking about how the Punisher, remember, we were saying that his superpower is pain. Remember, pain. So Mercy was just saying that he doesn't think anything can take away the pain. He reckons the Punisher knows that nothing can take away the pain, and he's just looking to get as much revenge as he can until someone takes him out. And I think that could be true.
So do you think he's looking for a way out?
He's looking for
a bullet.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's going to stop him.
And no one can do it.
That's it. So
Frank, can't wait to see what happens. Can't wait to see what happens with that one. Brilliant, Mercy. Thanks for that. And remember, Deval, how can people get in touch with us?
They can get in touch with us through Instagram, through YouTube, through TikTok, Facebook. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. We're on everywhere. So reach out, get in touch, have a chat.
Send a letter.
If you want to come on the show as well, send a letter. If you want to come on the show, just say you want to come on the show. We'll invite you on. Simple as that.
Yeah. No problem. No issues. All right, let's get into movie news, Devaldo. Now, we spoke about this movie on last week's episode. And you know what? This is no joke, man. There was I was sitting down a couple of nights ago and I was catching up with some stuff and I had the headphones on, and Deval, I shit you not, I started to look at the corner of my eye and I was turning my head around. Deval, that movie has gotten under my skin. And I'm talking about Undertone. So listen, if you have not seen Undertone, go back and listen to our review of it. And then if you think you want to go and watch it. We highly recommend it. But Deval, you've put this is back in our movie news. Tell us about this.
So Undertone, hot off the press. And Undertone's going to be a trilogy. So we've seen Undertone where we saw the lead talk, sort of listening to videos and not videos, audio tapes of situations, of creepy situations. And in this next film, it's going to be a prequel, and the prequel is going to be focusing on subjects from those tapes. So Mike and Jessa, who in those tapes were going through this crazy supernatural madness, we're going to see what they went through in real time.
Wicked.
Very smart. So they've taken us back and putting us in it. So we're going to see that in the next undertone. Not going to be sure what's going to be called, but yeah, that's going to be scary. We're actually going to see it happen in real time and actually experience all the madness that they saw. So should be good. I think 2027 or 2028 for that one.
And it's a great link because obviously people are already thinking, oh my gosh, like that story about that couple where the recordings come from. We're going to get to see what happens. Exactly. All right, brilliant. That is good. I'm looking forward to that one. Let's speak about Evil Dead. Now, Lee Cronin, he's going to be popping up in our main movie one of the main movies that we're going to speak about, but he's obviously behind Evil Dead, the latest one. So what's happening? Because it's been a while, Devaldo, because the last time we saw Evil Dead Rise, was it?
Yeah, Evil Dead Rise was Lee Cronin's 2023. Really good film. Really good sort of reimagining, very gory, following the Evil Dead that came out in 2013. So Evil Dead Burn is due to come out in 2026. July 10th is the date that's being given now. And people that were lucky enough to go to CinemaCon recently were able to see a teaser of Evil Dead Burn, and people were like, what the heck? This is crazy. Because Evil Dead is full of gore, it's full of madness, possessions and all kinds of shit like that. So I reckon Evil Dead Burn is going to be another success for sure.
Yeah,
so
it is. I mean, he's on to winner over there on that one. Now let's keeping it with CinemaCon. Obviously, this big, event that's happening in Las Vegas, and big movies, trailers, and lots of things that you can kind of new stuff, new shit coming out. But Devaldo, our listeners want to hear, or they want an update. They want an update about Avengers and what's going on, because it's been pretty quiet, especially on this show. We've been pretty quiet on the whole MCU stuff. So what's going on? Have they released any footage? Maybe what are the rumblings?
So, yes, some footage has been released, and people that were, again, lucky enough to go to CinemaCon, they saw a teaser of Avengers Doomsday, and it blew their minds. What they saw was Professor X sort of witnessing an incursion. This is where two sort of universes collide, or two existences collide. They saw a glimpse of Doctor Doom fighting Thor, and Thor gets his ass handed to him with one hand. Dr. Doom's like, no. You know what I mean? So that happens. Shang-Chi's fighting with Gambit. We're seeing Mystique change into Natalia Belova, and all kinds of shit happening. But just a bit of a teaser to whet the appetite. And from what I understand, also the test screenings have happened as well. And people, and I don't know if they were paid to say this, but people have said from the test screenings that this is the best Marvel movie ever made. Yeah, that's what they said. So
that's big. You know what? That's huge. Big statement.
Yeah.
Big statement. I cannot wait. So we're waiting for December, right? Just remind everyone again.
Yeah, it's going to be Doomsday, because December 18th we've got Dune and Doomsday coming out the same day. Also, the Russos mentioned at CinemaCon that they're going to be re-releasing Avengers Endgame, and it's going to have some extra footage on there. And they've also said that there's going to be an infinity screening of the film. So similar to how maybe, how IMAX is, they're going to have something special called Infinity Screen or Infinity View, where it's going to be bigger and it's going to have better sound and stuff like that. It's just another way to make do-re-mi.
I was just going to say, are they doing another Avatar?
Yeah, my advice, just go and see it in the best screen you can. Forget all this extra nonsense. They want to make do-re-mi. Don't fall for it.
Now, listen, Deval, are you going to watch... what do you reckon? Are you going to watch anything in 4DX? Upcoming big movies in 4DX?
I still want to see F1 in 4DX if they re-release that. They are re-releasing Top Gun Maverick, and I say if anyone can see that in 4DX, pay money to see it. You will not be disappointed. Apart from that, nothing else.
Okay, brilliant. All right, listen. So keep it low with the Flixters, folks. We will bring you more movie news each and every week. And remember, you can catch up on everything on our YouTube page and all that sort of stuff. Now let's get on to new on streaming. I've seen this. I mean, I haven't seen this, but I've seen this pop up on the kind of the main page on the Disney Plus screen. Deval. This is The Testaments. So this is a new show, and yeah, tell us about this, please.
Yeah, The Testaments is basically following on from The Handmaid's Tale. So The Handmaid's Tale was a massive show, great show. I saw that literally quite recently, which talks about it's a post-apocalyptic kind of world. So fertility is sort of stopped. People can't have kids anymore. Or many people can't have kids. Only a few people can. And in this place, Gilead in America, things are really strict, like authoritarian, ultra religious. Like everyone's got a role. You got your Marthas who sort of take care of the home. You got your commandos who are like the governors of certain sections of the community. And Handmaid's Tale was really good. Elizabeth Moss, great.
Yeah, she's good.
The Testaments now is a follow-on from that, where we see Elizabeth Moss's child, who's played by Chase Infinity, who we saw in One Battle After Another. She's now the child who's grown up a bit, and she's going through her own version of, I guess, what you could say is The Handmaid's Tale. It's a coming-of-age story within that kind of setting. So I've seen one episode so far, and it kind of, it seems interesting. It kind of gives you a bit more.
Is this set in the future?
Not too distant.
Not too distant future. Okay, yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Now, also out recently, and there's obviously been big buzz around this. This is Euphoria, which is on HBO. Now, the thing with this, Devaldo, because I haven't seen this, and I know a lot of people talk about it. They say it's really great. There's been a gap, right, between the seasons on this. Why do you? Yeah. What is this? Because everyone just got really famous.
Yes.
Started working on lots of other shit, and then this has just taken a lot of time to come out.
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. I mean, they were high school kind of students and stuff, and they can't shoehorn them into high school again. So in this, I've seen one episode's out so far, and it shows life after high school. We got Rue, who's played by Zendaya. She's always been through mad shit, drugs, and very unstable, and it's kind of showing where she's at. And it kind of also, you see, so far we've not seen much of the others. We've seen Sydney Sweeney, who's, I think she's gonna get married to the guy that would play the guy that was Frankenstein.
Oh, what's his name? He's an Australian
Elordi. Yeah, Elordi.
Yeah, Jacob
Elordi. Yeah, so they're gonna get married, and they're having a bit of issues about getting money for the wedding. There's a scene that everyone is having issues with. Like, the internet goes mad. Sydney Sweeney. Yeah. She wants to basically earn extra money because they can't afford the wedding, and she's thinking of doing OnlyFans.
Oh shit!
And she starts to practice what she would do with OnlyFans, and she's wearing like a dog's outfit, but a very Playboy-ish dog's outfit, and you're seeing everything. And some people are saying, "Oh, it's very misogynistic and all." I don't know. It's just a bit mad, but yeah, Euphoria has always been in your face. It's on HBO. Edge, right? You know what HBO's like, innit? So you see everything. That's how
quality
it is. Yeah.
Quality, brilliant. All right, go check those two shows out, and folks. And remember, if you are watching them, if you see them, anything that we speak about on the show, please let us know. Tag us at the Flixters, Flixters, and we will speak about it. All right, let's get into trailers because we've got a few trailers that we want to speak about, and this is just the tip of the iceberg with the trailers because we've seen so many, but we've only mentioned a few. Now, this first one is really interesting. It's horror. It's called Passenger, and all I have to say is, Devaldo, you don't have to have big named actors for horror movies as long as the story is gripping, edge of your seat stuff. Because even just from this trailer, I mean, come on, man, this is how crazy is this? It starts off with something kind of a factoid. There are 130 million road trips in the USA, and out of those millions of people, like 15,400 go missing. And then it cuts to these guys. They're out on a road trip, and something crazy happens. And what is it? Is it a vampire? Is it a ghost? Is it what the hell's going on?
It looks like this road maybe is cursed, and someone that goes on that road maybe is then bound by that curse and tormented. But what you have to also look at with this film, yes, you mentioned it hasn't got massive names and stuff like that, but we've also always talked about horror films, small budget, can do well. But this film is directed by Andre Orendal. Andre Orlandal is I think, a Scandinavian director who did Troll Hunter in
Oh,
2010.
there
He
you
did
go.
The Autopsy of Jane Doe
Yes,
2016. He did
nasty.
The Last Voyage of
Mm.
Demeter in 2023, which is like a
Dracula.
vampire kind of Dracula kind of thing. He's worked very closely with Guillermo del Toro as well. So
Ugh,
do you know what I
good
mean? He knows
caliber.
his horror. He knows his horror. So don't take this one lightly. Anyone
Yeah.
that's listening, Passenger, it might look like a bit of a whatever, but I think it should be good.
It should be good. And also the actress, one of the main actresses, she was in. She's one of the leads in Foundation, which is this sci-fi
Oh
show
yeah, yeah.
on Apple TV. So yeah, go check that.
Yeah.
It's called Passenger. This one made me laugh because it kind of is. It's got Stranger Things vibes, and it's executive produced by the Stranger Things brothers, I think.
Mm.
And it also reminded me of Cocoon. So it's like if Stranger Things meets Cocoon. um and it's got it's like an old people's home or old people's community. Strange shit is going on over there, and they find the key to another portal. There are aliens, who knows, Deval.
Yeah, and it's just like you said. I mean, the Duffer Brothers are all over this. This is Netflix. May 21st. It's coming out 2026, and this is literally Stranger Things for pensioners. Literally, they
OAPs, yeah.
it's their journey now. They're exploring. They've come to a town to settle down and relax, chill out, slow down, and instead they have now opened up a portal of some sort that's gonna. There's I don't know if it's alien. I don't know what it is, but this actually looks interesting. It's got Bill Pullman. It's got Alfred Molina.
Yep.
It's got
Dr. Octopus.
Dr. Octopus. It's got Gina Davis.
Yeah.
It's got her lady. I can't remember her name now. She's got Alfred Woodard.
Yeah,
Alfred
remember
Woodard.
she was in Power Man.
Yeah. She's been in a lot. She was in Civil War as well. Remember, she had that little argument with Iron Man because they killed her son in Sokovia.
Exactly.
She's been in a lot. So it's got a really, really good cast. Clark Peters as well. Seen him in
The Wire.
many things in The Wire. Yeah. So yeah, this in May. Do you know what? This summer's heating up.
Trust me. And this again, this is on Netflix. So Netflix obviously keeping it tight with the Duffers. So we'll see what happens. All right, next one. Now, again, this is another big franchise, which they obviously they churn out movies. This is Blumhouse. This is James Wan. This is kind of like furthering the Insidious universe, and it's called Out of the Further. Now, when I saw this, I thought, shit, where are we taking this? We're taking this to a different dimension or whatever. And so this isn't. Obviously, it's the Insidious universe, but we're focusing now on a different character. And this person, she's a mum, single mother, but she has a gift, Duval. And when they say that people have a gift, it's not always a good gift, is it? When you invite things back, which is pretty nasty.
Exactly. Insidious has been going on for quite a while, and we all know that it's a horror film that really looks at different, the sort of the realm of the living and the realm on the other side, and sometimes how that the thing that separates us can be a thin veil. And in this one, it shows that this person with the gift has the ability to commune with people on both sides and also bring things across. And Jason Blum's all over this. Blumhouse, James Wan. This is again that they know how to make good horror, small budget, and this will most likely make millions. So this is coming out this year.
Yeah, there was a couple of creepy bits where she's kind of in some sort of game thing. She's playing with her child, and then there's these things that are following her. I was like,
in the tunnel.
Oh my gosh, man. Nasty, seriously, the faces that they come up with. So go check it out. It's called Insidious Out of the Further, and another horror. This time it's a show. It's a TV show actually. This is on AMC. Now AMC, Divaldo, where do we get AMC?
In the UK, sometimes it comes through Sky TV, so sometimes through our cable network and stuff like that. So yeah, or sometimes you can get it on Amazon. You got to sort of pay a subscription on top.
That's right. But this one is called The Terror, Devil in Silver, and it's got British actor. Shit, what was his name again? He's been in a few horror movies.
Oh, I can't remember his name. It's escaped me. But he was the one that was in the Marvel show.
David.
Yeah, his name escapes both of us.
Legion. He was Legion.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Yeah, he was that as well. I'm trying to find it as we speak.
I
But either
know,
way,
I know. He
the
was in No, he wasn't in Mandy. He was in what was the
the
one where he did
guest.
that he was in The Guest? What was the one where it was his sister? And he has to go
Oh.
and help his sister out. It was a really bloody one, gory one.
Oh, see that escapes me as well.
Jesus. Okay, we'll get to his name. We'll just. But it's called The Terror, Devil in Silver, and something happens to him where he's helping someone out, and he gets into a punch up with someone, and then he gets sent to kind of like this facility. And Devaldo, when you get sent to a creepy ass facility like that, there's this shit gonna go down. And the question that they ask is now is the facility, because bad things happen at the facility, does that mean that evil gets invited into it, or is it always been evil?
That's a really good question. And is it something that because it knows people are weak and vulnerable, it can, prey on them as well, which
Dan
sometimes what you
Stevens.
hear demons do. But this terror comes from it's an ongoing, remember the terror is something that is like an anthology series. You had the terror of those men that they were on that expedition to the Antarctic. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
So the terror I think this is the third terror that's come out. Yeah, so there's been a few of these terrors, and this one is the latest one.
Okay.
Dan Stevens is his name.
Dan
And
Stevens, yeah.
so this looks. I didn't realize it was a series. I thought it was a movie at first, but this is coming out on the 7th of May. May. Do you know, when you think about it, we've got a lot of good stuff out now. We've got The Boys out now. We've got Invincible out now. We've got things on HBO and stuff. There's a lot of stuff on right now.
Too many things, honestly. Yeah. So go check it out. It's called The Terror, Devil in Silver. Let us know what you think. If you like the trailer, shout about it. All right, and finally, on our trailers, let's speak about this kind of one of the biggest selling arcade games of all time. Like I remember growing up, Devaldo, playing this. This was the game where everyone just used to play Street Fighter. They've made movies already. Jean-Claude Van Damme, he was in the Street Fighter movie. But tell us about this, man, because this is mad. I didn't actually see this one.
Yeah, this is the first full trailer of Street Fighter coming out in 2026 in October, actually, October 16th, 2026. And this one looks, we always knew it was going to be good.
Yeah.
This lets you know it's going to be good. 50 Cent, Balrog. You got Andrew Koji as Ryu, Noah Centineo as Ken. You got Jason Momoa as Blanca, and we get to see the reveal of a lot of these characters. Not just reveals, but them executing their special moves. We see Chun-Li doing her spinning kick.
Yes, star kick. And then what about
exactly? Oh, you can. We see. Is
it Sagat? Is Sagat in it?
I don't remember seeing him. I don't remember seeing Sagat, but he might be. We see Vega getting beaten up. We see Cody Rhodes as Guile doing his defense kick. We see Fireball from Ryu, but I mean, and
this is what the fans want, man.
They gave us. I believe they're going to give us what we want. We see Zangief doing his double
Russian
suplex.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to use Zangief a lot. I know you can do the spinning power driver, but you see, do you know what?
Kids.
I cannot wait for this film. I wish it was coming out in the summer.
Oh man! So what? When is it coming out?
October, man. October.
What? They're doing Halloween. Jeez, Louise. Okay, all right. Well, listen. Look, we got to wait. We got to wait for that one. And listen, look, that's the trailers that we've obviously spoken about. Devaldo, there was Jack Ryan, there was Man on Fire, there's a Hulk Hogan documentary, and there's this movie called The Furious, which I want you to watch this trailer for. Mad. There's so many trailers out there. Next week we'll go through those ones. All right, let's do Anniversary Corner. So we are plucking. Now, you mentioned this before we started recording. You said this could even have been a hidden gem.
Yeah.
But it ties in. It ties in with one of the movies that we're going to be speaking about, which is The Mummy. But this is called A Dark Song. from 10 years ago. And Deval, tell us about this, because this has got links with The Mummy.
This is a really, really unknown film, a dark song directed by a person called Liam Gavin, who's also directed a couple of episodes of A Haunting of Bly Manor as well. And this is a film about a determined young woman and a damaged occultist. So basically, the woman has experienced loss, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but she finds out about how she can undo that loss. Or try and undo that loss. And she basically comes across these people that are occultists, and they are able to perform a very, very specific seance.
Yikes.
That is dangerous. And like I say, it's specific, that will grant her what she wants. And again, I don't want to spoil, I'm not going to talk too much. A dark song, it's like you go on a journey, and the person that the occultist, the person that can do this for her, he's a dickhead. He's very demanding. Some of the things that he says she's got to do, she's like, what? And for most of the film, you're thinking, this
guy's having a laugh.
I'm saying no more. A dark song, 2016, yes. 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb from 25,000 reviews. It's a hidden gem, mate. It's a hidden gem. Yeah, but we're here 2016. It's worth watching.
Exactly.
It's worth watching for sure.
Brilliant. Okay, and that leads us nicely into one of the main movies. Now, so obviously Universal, just a bit of background, Universal, they've had the rights to kind of this dark universe, where it's got the Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein. Is it Frankenstein? Or maybe the Wolfman? They've got their kind of hands on this, because they believe that this is kind of like a multi-billion-dollar franchise. And listen, Devaldo, let's not forget, we've had the Mummy, the Brendan Fraser trilogy, Scorpion King. We've even had Tom Cruise lend his, acting chops to the kind of the franchise, because Universal believe that this is something. Fast forward all these years, and now we've got Lee Cronin's The Mummy, and they've specifically put Lee Cronin, and it reminds me of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Exactly.
Lee Cronin's The Mummy. And, it's got, obviously, when we saw the trailer, we were like, okay, this is great. This is, it's looking scary, as long as they give us that stuff. And as what I loved, I'm going to start off with what I loved about it, right? Because they don't do the Hollywood thing, which is, we're going to make it kind of like, bombastic. This is kind of like an American thing. They take it back to Egypt, which I loved. They give it context. They're like, this is where the Mummy kind of originates from. It's got this Egyptian feel to it. It starts off in Egypt. We see the kind of story unfold from over there. And I think that that's kind of like really, really important. And, it's got this family who, they're an American family, but they're living in Egypt. The husband, he's a news reporter, and they've got their beautiful family, and stuff. They're kind of that doing the whole thing. One of the actors, by the way, is who plays the mum, is this person called Laia Costa. She's in this great movie. She's in this great movie called Victoria, which is this European movie.
That's the one take, yeah?
It's the one take movie.
Oh.
She's brilliant in this. She's brilliant in that movie. So when I saw her in this, I was like, oh, great. Yeah, she's really, really good. I've seen the guy. He, what's his name in this? Jack Rayner?
Yeah,
is that his name?
Yeah.
What's he been in before? Do you know?
His face looks very familiar, but he's been in Midsommar. So he was in Midsommar. He was the partner of what's her name? I can't remember her name now. But he was a part.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh, yeah, exactly. He was also in Transformers: Age of Extinction. He was in Peripheral, that TV show.
Which was on Amazon.
He's been in quite a few things as well. So yeah,
exactly. And so I like the fact that they took it back to Egypt, and we get kind of Egyptian characters as well. It starts off with his family over there, and there's a bit of mystique. We're following this family. They are, an Egyptian family as well, and they're hiding a secret. There's something in the basement, so to speak. They have to go down to the basement, and they have to keep this evil in check, Deval. They have to keep this evil in check, because if they don't keep the evil in check, what happens?
It comes out. It gets out.
Set it up for us.
Mate, this horror film, yeah? So first of all, this I mean, Lee Cronin, and like you mentioned, there's a reason why his name's in front of it. He done the Evil Dead film,
yes,
in 2023, which was really good. And some of the signature things that he does in that film, I don't know if you notice, at certain times when the action's happening or something's happening, and it's a bit of a very focus that they do, where the subject is there in the background, in focus, and then there's something else in the foreground which has been enlarged, which is also in focus as well.
The eyes or something.
Yeah, something to a bit of a good way that he sort of depicts what's happening on screen. Irish director, Evil Dead Rise, A Hole in the Ground that he did as well, Ghost Train, Through the Night, really good sort of body of work, even though he's not been doing stuff for ages, but it looks like he's going to be the next guy for horror right here. But in this film, it really looks at what you think is the case might not be the case. When you think someone's doing something bad, yes, it's bad, but it's for the greater good, because they understand that if this evil gets out, everyone's finished. So someone has to be sacrificed. You're laughing, yeah?
No, because the reason why. I'm not sure if I was supposed to have laughed so much during this movie.
When was he laughing?
Deval.
When was he laughing?
Seriously, this is no, Deval. Seriously, you know what? No,
Yeah?
Deval. I don't know where to start with this movie. I was pissing in my seat laughing.
Okay.
Deval, there were so many silly, stupid things that were going on in this movie. Deval, I'm not even kidding you, man.
I thought, this is a bit silly, was when they're running around in the walls, in the walls kind of thing. That was a bit silly. And then there was a moment, I think, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's a moment where the dad, sometimes he's a bit foolish. He doesn't really act. He doesn't really act. He's a bit like, he's a bit foolish, but then sometimes where he's journalistic. I liked it when his journalistic side came out.
He put his glasses on. He starts investigating it.
Exactly. He's researching. That was good. But outside of that, he's a shit dad.
He's a shit dad. And like, listen, there's moments in the movies, right, where the stuff's going on, right? So the terrible things are going on, right? And their reaction is like, just what are they doing? Are they just standing around and not doing anything?
The funeral. Come on, mate. I mean, okay. Overall, we're not shitting on this film, because I think overall this film it's enjoyable. It's good. It's not shit. Yeah. But there's a few moments in the funeral when anyone watches this film and they see the funeral part, they were like, "Hold on a second. How is there's a room full of people and you can't see someone coming through the ceiling? You can't see the daughter's possessed. The mum can't tell the daughter's possessed. The dad, no one can set people up." And this film, could have easily been an Evil Dead film. This is copy and paste Evil Dead onto Mummy, and just calling it Mummy and giving it a little bit. Because even with Evil Dead, there's a bit of like ritualistic stuff, isn't there?
There is. There's the whole the demon thing. What was it called again? The Necromancer, isn't it?
Yeah, Necronomicon or something like that.
Oh, whatever it is. Yeah.
This one has a similar thing, so I can understand why they chose Lee Cronin for this, because Blumhouse know he's good set of hands.
Yeah.
Even the lead actor, he's an Irish American. Lee Cronin wants Ireland to be through the root of this film. The filming locations is filmed mostly in Ireland. You know that?
Oh, saving.
There you go.
There were so many bits in the movie, and I was just like, hang on a second. Like what you mentioned, the funeral scene was, oh my gosh. There's a bit in the movie where so the mummy, the power. Let's speak about the power of the mummy. So the power of the mummy is covered in some ritualistic writing, and that writing is keeping the evil at bay.
Yeah.
But then the bit where the mum's cutting the toenails, she's basically garden shears to cut literally to cut the. You know who I found funny? The grandma. The grandma.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That poor thing, that poor woman, she got it the worst. She got smacked on the head. She got thrown out the window. She got eaten by wolves. And then she comes back to life. And I was just like, no, Deval, seriously, no, come on. They could do better than this.
Yeah, it's the thing is there were some mad bits, but I don't know. I find it entertaining, but I don't know. I think because I suspended my mind so much, but there were some parts that were quite scary. And this is not your typical mummy film. Don't think of somebody with bandages, like that. Yeah, it's not like that. This is a possession film. This is a film about someone being possessed and about rituals to maintain or to release that possession. And they do. I don't know how real it is. If this is something that actually happened in Egypt or
because
anywhere
they
else.
mention there's a myth in there which is, might be real or whatever, but that demonic thing, it possesses, it attacks or attaches itself to families where they have like children, and it causes a lot of harm and distress. And the Egyptian family is in their kind of history, going back traditions, going back generation to generation. They're trying to contain it, but then it gets out.
And it made me think, when she was in the hospital, maybe do you reckon the doctors knew? Because they said, oh, it's best for her to be home with her family. They wanted to get her out of Egypt. Maybe they knew. Because I'm thinking, she's in the position to go home and chill with the family. She needs round-the-clock medical care. And why couldn't she take off that thing the whole... She could have just taken her clothes off the whole time.
The whole time.
Her robes.
Exactly. Help me. Would you help me disrobe and stuff like that? But there's a bit. So she's able to possess other people. So I don't get it. She's got so powerful. Much power.
So powerful. You can levitate things. You can open. You can this thing is powerful. But then the dad can hold it down with a little.
So and why can't the mum be possessed and the dad be possessed? That's what I don't get. It's like, So all right, there's holes in the story, but it's like what Deval said. It's entertaining, and much of that entertainment that I got was through laughter. Right, I had this only way. I just could not contain my laughter. There's a bit in the movie where the young girl, she's possessed. She goes to school. And then she's like, Miss, you're not a frog.
I know.
Where did that come from? That was just like...
No one can tell she's possessed. This girl, she's so chatty, and now she's not. She's cussing. Sometimes, people are stupid in these films.
I know, Deval, come on, man. There were just so many things. But like I said, I felt sorry for the grandma. She was praying. She was like hoping that her granddaughter would be. The one good thing that I loved about this, though, at the end of the movie, I'm not going to give anything away. Someone gets their comeuppance.
Yeah. That's good, actually. That was true. I was happy that happened.
I know. I was happy.
Do you think it's open for a sequel?
It's got to be. Because where's it going to go next? How do they contain it?
True. Yeah.
So all right. So look, that is Lee Cronin's The Mummy. And listen, look, whether depending on how much mileage you get out of this, I don't know. But for me, it was entertaining. I was hoping it was gonna go, a bit more kind of, I don't know, scarier for me. I just found it funny. And then, like Deval said, it does go in the Evil Dead kind of realm. So go check it out. It's called Lee Cronin's The Mummy. If you like it, I mean, what do you reckon? Do you reckon they in the box office?
I think it'll do well, because I don't think it costs a massive amount to make. I don't think so. But I mean, people like a horror. The Mummy is a well-known IP from all over the world. I think it will make its money back at least double, if not 3 times over.
Brilliant. All right. Okay. Go check it out. Now, listen, the next movie that we're going to be speaking about is an action crime thriller heist movie called Fuze. Now, we spoke about this director. His name's David Mackenzie. Deval and I reviewed a movie called Relay about a couple of months ago, which starred Riz Ahmed and another British actress. Who was that British actress?
Lily
Thomas.
something. I don't say Lily Phillips. Lily something.
Lily Thomas or Lily Collins.
Collins, that's the one.
And he's a really interesting film director. David Mackenzie. He's I think he's Scottish. He's Scottish. And he's done a few things. He's really interesting director, and he's come up with this movie starring Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Theo James, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, and Sam Worthington. He likes Sam Worthington, Deval, because in Relay, Sam Worthington was in that one.
Yeah. Sometimes when a director works with someone who they like, they keep bringing them on board. Everyone, Christopher Nolan does it, Scorsese does it. You know what I mean? So
exactly. And I didn't hear much about this movie, and it was one of those movies where, you said you've seen it like a couple of weeks ago, and you were like, "Oh, go check out this movie. It's really decent." And it's the type of movie which I think doesn't normally, because it's kind of like maybe it's a British movie, and I was thinking maybe they're not going to show it here in Australia, but they showed it. I was like, wow, they're showing it in the local cinema. So I was like, I'm definitely going to go watch this. So yeah, so Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Theo James, Gugu Mbatha-Raw. So interesting fact, Devaldo, do you remember years ago when we were working in Wembley, they closed off
Fast and Furious.
They closed off Wembley, the Wembley office. They cordoned off where we used to work.
Wasn't that for Fast and Furious, no, or something else?
No, this was for the World War II bomb that they found.
Oh, I don't remember that. Serious? Oh shit, I don't remember that. Or do I? I've forgotten
you might have been in a different office then. You might have been
in. I've been out down south on the coast.
Exactly. So there was so this is while they closed off Wembley because they found a World War II bomb. So we were they said you can go home.
Wow.
So we could go home. And then they had Sky News over there. I remember I was interviewed. I was on TV.
Is it?
Trust me, man. Trust me. So when this movie, so I didn't know anything about this movie. And it was about this World War II bomb that gets found in the heart of London. So I was like, oh, this is great because, this is kind of like a bit, and it happens. People were like, I went with the missus and they were like, no, this isn't true. No way. I was like, trust me, this is true. During World War II, the Germans, they dropped loads of bombs across Britain, and there's a few unexploded World War II bombs around.
And it gets found when people during construction when they're digging deep in the ground, and some happens more often than people think. Yeah,
absolutely. So set it up for us, Devaldo. Tell us about this World War II bomb and why is this thing important?
Yeah, so like you mentioned, David Mackenzie, great director. Got a good cast as well. I mean, funny, the cast has got two sort of James Bond-esque candidates in Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Theo James, but so Aaron Taylor-Johnson plays an army person who's a good sort of bomb disposal person. He's been in, Afghanistan and places like that. Sam Worthington, Theo James are crooks, and they are basically involved in this whole situation. The bomb was put there on purpose, or maybe the bomb was made to believe that, or people were made to believe that the bomb was going to go off, and that they knew that it would cause mass hysteria. Security services would be around, shut down, which enables them to go. I don't want to spoil it too much, but enables them to go in and enact a part of their plan. This is Theo James and Sam Worthington's plan to go and get something within that area because they know it's shut down, no one's around, no witnesses, and that's their time to strike. Gugu Mbatha-Raw is a police sort of sergeant. She works in the control room and she's coordinating the sort of operation from a police perspective, working with people like Aaron Taylor-Johnson, the military, and other emergency services. And it's like, it's very, very sort of, you think of Jason Bourne situation, the control room, people on the ground, them, all that kind of stuff going on. It's very high paced. The movie's an hour and a half long, and there's again, this is a sort of film we can't spoil because it will literally mean you don't need to watch it. But this film is way more. What's the word I'm looking for? Is way more layered than I'm giving off. There's so much. All these characters have their own motivation.
Run of the mill. It's not your run of the mill action movie.
No. It's a very good film. I think this film is way better than I expected, and I was really surprised. And I recommended this to everyone, and everyone I know that's seen it loves it.
Yeah.
Under the radar film. This is a Sky production, Sky TV. So this is the cable service in the UK. It actually was produced in 2025, but it wasn't released until 2026.
Interesting. I wonder why.
Release.
Yeah. I don't know. And tell us about the kind of the location, because obviously the location plays a really, really important part of this movie.
Yeah. So this was based in the West End of London, so on Edgware Road, which sort of links the sort of more residential side of West London to Oxford Street, where many people go shopping and stuff like that. Edgware Road is also known for a massive sort of Arab community, lots of shops. There's a casino on Edgware Road. There's banks, and there's all kinds of retail and stuff like that. Very, very busy area.
Yeah,
very sort of high wealth area, very affluent as well. So this happens in that area, and it means that because it's a high target area, all the emergency services deem it a priority, and they have to respond, which is part of the plan of the people that are insidious, that have So, but even within that, there's layers. So there's layers within the police. There's layers within the military.
Crossings.
There's layers within the bad guys. This film, it's good.
It's good. I tell you what, man. I was there. I was watching it. I was on the edge of my seat, and I was like, it's such a great kind of arc, and you don't know who's who and what's what, and is he really bad, or why is he double crossing this person, and and what about this kind of family member, and all these sorts of stuff. And then at the end, all I will say is at the end of the movie, you kind of get this nice little kind of connection about how all these different people kind of meet up together, and then you're like, oh, I get it.
Kind of feels a bit like Oceans, isn't it? The way they kind of a bit like Oceans kind of thing. But
it reminded me as well. Also, there's a movie with it's called Three Kings. It's got Ice-T.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, George Clooney, and Mark Wahlberg, where it's kind of it's similar. They're in Iraq, and there's a kind of a heist going on. So it did kind of remind me a little bit about that at the end. But man, I'm like you, totally recommended movie.
Yeah, definitely. If you can watch it, watch it. A good 7.5 out of 10 for me. Maybe even an 8. Very low key. No one's going to talk about this film. No. And sometimes they're the films you need to go and watch. No marketing.
I wonder, do you reckon this will get a market in America? Because it's very, I mean,
because they have to market it. And to market it was going to cost money, which is going to take out of the budget. Yeah, so for that reason, I don't think they will. It'll be one of those films that I think it might do well on demand services and stuff like that. But apart from that, it's a shame because these are the films that should.
It's a decent movie, right?
Do a lot, very good film.
Yeah. Out of the two, Theo James and Aaron Taylor Johnson, who do you reckon would be a better Bond?
Do you know the funny thing is, I can see Theo James. I think he does a suit better.
He does a suit better. More suave.
Yeah, seen him in The Gentleman and stuff like that. I can see him as the casino Bond better, whereas I can see Aaron Taylor Johnson as on the field Bond better.
Yeah,
so they're both. Yeah, so it depends on, I guess, also who's younger as well, who's got the mileage for it, perhaps. Who maybe ranks better with audiences and stuff like that. But Theo James, I think, can do a job. I think he can. I do like.
Yeah,
both he's good, but I think I would lean towards Theo James.
Interesting that. So listen, look, for me, my movie of the week is 100%. It's going to be Fuze, Deval.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same.
That's my thing. So listen, look, that's the end of the show. But before we go, let's just do a quick recap of what's coming up, because next week, Devaldo, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to Michael. That's coming out for me next week on the 22nd of April.
Same.
I'm looking forward to that. We've got there's a new Keanu Reeves movie that's just come out. It's called Outcome. Have you heard about this? This is on Apple TV.
Like a comedy kind of thing, or
it's a comedy kind of thing. So I'm not sure if I've got if I'll have mileage to be able to watch that, but I'll be watching Michael. What other have you got any other good stuff coming out?
This side of April, nothing I can see. I know May's got quite a lot. May's got a lot of stuff coming out. So I think Michael could be the last big film of April. But yeah, that's going to be the one I'm going to be focused on as well.
Brilliant. Right. So keep it locked with the Flixters, folks. We're going to be bringing you that review on the next episode. We do hope you like what you're hearing. And if you do like it, obviously like and subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. And so see you on the next one.
Until next time, peace out.